Live from the Texas Cheerlickers Studios, it's In the Building with Mike Taylor and Rudy J.
Get a text message this morning at like 7:30, which, text me at 7:30. Do not anticipate a reply.
No, if you text me at 7:30, it's got to be about money.
Right, if you're paying me, fine.
Yeah, if you text me at 7:30, it's got to be about some bread.
What's your cutoff? Like 9 a.m.? Don't text you until 9 a.m.?
I'm good anything after 8.
Okay.
Before 8, it's got to be about money. After 10, it's got to be about money.
After 10 p.m. So you're
11.
8 a.m. to 11 p.m. is your business hour.
Yeah.
All right. Mine's 9 a.m. And really, 5 p.m. is when I start not looking at my phone. So if you can text me about business after 5, I may not see it till 10.
Right.
I won't reply till the next day. I've had to force myself to do that.
Yeah, like our sponsors, the guys that have our numbers, I'll respond to them.
Yeah.
But,
even them, I'm like, I don't respond to. I don't respond to those either. Now, sometimes like Jay has texted me in the middle of the night, and he forgot because he was in the
Philippines.
Yeah, and he forgot that he didn't consider the time difference. But I turn my phone off anyway at night. It's real low anyway. I don't hear it if it rings. No, I say that because I get a text message last night late.
Or was it early today?
No, this one was last night late. And I didn't reply until this morning. My phone's blowing up. What did Bouquet say about me?
Oh, no. What did I do?
It was AJ, a.k.a. the Paletta Man.
Oh.
Because he didn't catch the show yesterday. Although you've referenced him like 3 times now since the barbecue.
It's very strange, sir.
It's clear that you have a giant crush on the Paletta Man.
I don't even like palettas.
You certainly like him.
Well.
The look on Bouquet's face when he met the Paletta Man was unforgettable. Wait, that's the Paletta Man?
It just goes to clearly no one in his circle is in shape. Because if he's had any people, if he's normally seeing people in shape, he wouldn't be so freaked out.
Maybe, yeah. He worked with a bunch of out of shape slapdies up here at Pub Sports.
I was shocked. I just couldn't believe he was that swole rolling around with those
What'd you expect? Some big fat dude because he's selling popsicles and ice cream?
Yes. A man that has diabetes, at least.
Well, the Paletta Man practices what every good drug dealer practices. You never use your product.
You don't get high on your own supply.
Correct. There you go. And he does not eat those kinds of things.
That could have gone anywhere. I was worried. I was like,
It was the barbecue, and the Paletta Man he had a sleeveless shirt on.
Yeah, he was rolling that thing around in dirt.
And AJ's in very good shape. Absolutely, for a man of his age, and looks really good. And Jose has pointed it out once a week since the barbecue.
It's annoying.
Yeah, and
it's not annoying. It's strange.
If I could trade bodies, I would.
I mean, yeah.
Or swap paint with him.
Maybe.
God,
maybe.
If I'm lucky.
Good morning. Welcome in here. It is In the Building. It's program number 361 under our watch.
Good Lord.
From the Texas Cheerlicker Studios at Pub Sports Radio in Southtown, Texas, the audio disseminator is Jose Bouquet. You can donate to us via the miracle that is the Super Chat or the Buy Me a Coffee link, which Bouquet will no doubt post any minute. Members only is $4.99. Starting off a month, just as low as $4.99, you get all of our members-only exclusive material. This week we dropped one. We'll drop maybe 2 next week. You can also, of course, subscribe to the channel itself for free.
There is a members-only show up there.
There is, absolutely. It is Love You Hard TV. That is the name of our little channel. Welcome in here. So, funny thing. So, Nina, she does these... Every quarter they'll do these out-of-town trips, right? And I don't want to get too into the weeds on that, but so she brings all these guys that she works for, land guys, these big businessmen that own all this land all over the place. And they get together and have like this big week-long festival.
Tax write-off.
It's called the Collective.
It's a tax write-off.
Well, a lot of them, they pay. There's a fee they pay to get in. And it's a collective is what it is. They sit around and they talk shop about what they do. They give each other advice. They give testimony. They grill each other. They wind up doing business together by the end of the week. And the last time she had one of these was down in Mexico. And one of the guys that showed up was this young man. I think he's under 35. He may be under 30. And he is one of the country's rising, leading artificial intelligence app developers. One of these insane smart kids. There's billionaires now in their 20s because they've come up with AI concepts.
Yeah.
I wasn't there, but to hear her tell the story, like all these middle-aged, badass, very successful businessmen, all everybody wanted to do was talk to this kid and bend his ear because he is ahead of the game.
Yeah, because AI is here and it's not going anywhere.
And
if you don't get on the train, you get left behind.
Not only is it here, it is about to take over our world.
Yeah, we got about 3 years left of a lot of jobs being eliminated.
Are you sure? I'm not sure we have 3 years left.
2 to 3.
This is going to wind up having. We haven't had an impact on society like this technologically since the advent of the internet.
Yeah,
and that didn't take a bunch of jobs. That created a bunch of jobs. It created the demand for a bunch of digital jobs.
Sure.
AI is going to eliminate many of those jobs. And that's what's scary about the whole thing. And people getting a hold of things that aren't true. People, what my fear is terrorism using AI. Terrorists getting a hold of AI to F us up.
Sure.
And so that's top of mind. And I've actually tried to come up with my own little ways to think, how can like ChatGPT help me run our little business?
Sure.
To make it easier.
I play with ChatGPT, bro. Yeah. I try to play with it a couple times a week just to try to keep up. I'm way, way, way behind. I'm
sure.
Trying.
Oh, yeah. When I say it, I mess around with ChatGPT. I mean, it's like I'm playing T-ball.
Yeah, same.
I haven't even gotten to coach pitch yet.
Same.
Yeah. Shit like, and the thing that I'm not worried about. I'm worried about it some, of course, but I don't want to get sucked into false worry. Like I'm afraid of something that's doesn't need to be afraid. I don't need to be afraid of. We're always afraid of the unknown, but you see all these doomsday predictions. Not a week goes by I don't read like massive concerns and how it's going to impact society.
Well, there was also massive concerns on Y2K. So
sure.
And we all sat up till midnight and nothing changed.
Yeah, because the computers aren't going to be able to.
That was stupid.
They're going to freak out because they're not.
There's
going
to be huge changes, but the world it's not ending.
Right, and there will be dumbasses that mess with it and do bad things with it. And like everything, humans always foul up everything.
Sure.
Humans screw up every great idea. They always find a way to exploit it, abuse it. Anyway. This is what concerns me as a guy that's in the public eye. As you and I get ready to start doing a television show in Corpus Christi, because we kind of get away with murder on this podcast. We're lucky in that way. But we're getting ready to start, as our profile goes up, I start becoming more, aware of, me publicly. Like, I don't want to get canceled. Although, if you go back and look at any number of radio shows I've done in my career, a lot of the stuff I've said especially on the ticket, like it's cancelable.
Yeah.
Stuff.
No, sure. Hell, they what show is that? There's a disclaimer now when they show the movie Rush Hour.
But wow, because he does Chinese jokes?
Yeah.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, there's a disclaimer now before you watch Rush Hour.
Crazy.
That's when I knew Rudy and Calvin's show was badass, Bouquet, because about 5-6 years into me working at the ticket, the radio station, the company started putting a disclaimer on before their show every day. The following is not a reflection of iHeartMedia or its intermediaries. I'm like, damn, now that's gangster.
Calvin hated that. He hated that.
I thought it was badass.
He hated it.
Made y'all look cool.
He hated it.
No, I saw, y'all know who Michael Rappaport is, right?
Of course.
The actor. He's actually been in a lot of hip hop DJ videos over the years, which is weird.
He was in Higher Learning.
Been around forever. Yeah, he was in Friends. He's a very versatile actor. He's a character actor. He's done a ton of commercials, 200 TV shows, handful of movies over the years. Producer Michael Rappaport. So this poor guy Rappaport, and I don't have the photo. Maybe Bouquet can find it. Rappaport saw this picture. It was from Auschwitz, a concentration camp back in the late 30s in Poland. And it was a picture of a bunch of starving prisoners in Auschwitz. And there's a photo of this man, and he's just emaciated. But he's playing a violin. There's your hint, Bouquet. Violin picture. The guy's playing a violin, this slave at Auschwitz. And Rappaport saw it and was touched by it. And then shared it. He posted the photo.
Isn't he Jewish?
Rappaport? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
He is, yeah.
Okay.
He's Jewish, yeah.
So he posts this photo. Is that on our screen? Can the people see that, Bouquet?
Not yet.
No. Will now.
How do I know what screen is the one that the people can see?
One at the bottom.
The bottom, yeah.
Okay, the little tiny one there in the corner. All right, right there. Now they can see that scroll. Can y'all see that picture of that guy there playing the violin? And he's just starving to death, literally. Rappaport saw that, got touched by it, because here's a guy starving to death in a concentration camp, but he still finds joy in playing the violin.
Yeah.
Well, it turns out that is a fake photo.
Oh.
That looks very authentic to me.
No, if
That looks real.
You gotta have I always go to the comments for the AI experts. Because AI is different. I can spot it sometimes, but sometimes I can't. But when I'm questioning it, I'll go to the comments, and the first 20 or 30 will always say, dude, that's AI. I'm like, okay, cool, I'll move on. Because if you don't really know, if you don't have a trained eye, like I don't, then yeah, a lot of that stuff looks real.
Most of it
So
most of it I can look at and think, okay, I can tell that's not. There's just something
that
about
one looked
that.
real.
That one looked pretty
And
close.
because of what happened, it could have been real.
Yeah, and if you're just scrolling like we all do, you don't. Maybe you see something real fast and you immediately retweet it or whatever without thinking. He's getting annihilated for reposting this. He's just trying to be a good dude, and
everybody's got. The fake Adam Schefter's got me before, maybe like 10 years ago, but still, most people have got.
Yeah, when I was your age, Bouquet, we had a phrase: "Pics or it didn't happen."
Of course,
if you can't prove it with pictures, then it didn't happen. Hell, you can't even say that anymore. This is my fear with AI, fooling society, but on a horrible kind of level. So the museum, Auschwitz is still there to this day. It's a museum now. The Auschwitz Memorial and Museum. They ripped Michael Rappaport. They released this statement writing Mr. Rappaport's post, his publishing is fake. Publishing fake AI-generated images of Auschwitz is not only a dangerous distortion, such fabrication disrespects victims and harasses their memory. If you see such posts, please don't share them. Mike didn't know it was fake. Why don't you ease up on him there,
He's
Auschwitz
an old man.
Museum? Jesus.
He's an old man like me.
Yeah, he's older than us.
He got God.
He got God. Yeah.
He got God.
That's my old man excuse from now on. Hey, I'm 50.
Yeah.
It's nuts. Got to be careful with AI, man.
Since we're on AI, shout out to our people, our good folks who pay us monthly over at YouTube. Starting July 15th.
Yeah.
YouTube will only pay creators who use real voices and original content.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, because there's a lot of AI pages out there now. Because it pays well, and you don't have to do anything. You don't ever have to be on camera. You don't have to create anything.
Sure.
You just go into your little. So YouTube's like, hey, that's cool and all, but we're not going to pay you for it. We're going to pay original.
You know what? Good on YouTube.
And we're not paying you for fake voices.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I want to come here and give a golf clap to a nice size, good amount of our revenue here at Love You Hard TV. For being like, hey, this started out as a thing for original content, for content creators, not for, and there's nothing wrong. If you're an AI wizard, more props to you. I hope I can work with you and make some money with you. I'm not hating on it. But shout out to YouTube for saying, nah, we're not going to monetize that.
I love that. It doesn't seem ethical if I can create a talk show host and
now there's other places that will, but YouTube isn't. I'm just talking about.
Well, I know, but it doesn't seem very ethical. There was a ban a country band or like a folksy, like an alternative country band that had 900,000 subscribers on Spotify, and they just announced the other day it was fake. It was bullshit. It was an experiment by Spotify. They created a band, posted it on Spotify,
and
it went crazy because the tunes were catchy. 900,000 followers on Spotify. Y'all are following something you're following a robot. Now, some people would say, I don't care.
Yeah,
I just want to be entertained.
And guess what? Now I don't got to go pay for a concert. I can just enjoy their music.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that.
But it takes away action. It takes away movement. We're going to get to the point where there's no reason to ever leave our homes. Is that the world we all want to be in?
Jose
Bouquet
says
does.
yes.
All right. So I'm happy that YouTube's only going to pay people that use their real voices. By the way, this is an opportunity here for you and I to really take off here, because here's the thing. We're badass motherfuckers. We have original, kick-ass human opinions that AI cannot duplicate.
Right.
They might be able to replicate it, but they can't duplicate it. They can't do what we do.
No.
They can't do what we do. Most humans can't do what me and Rudy can do. Robot can't either. So, our In the Building team yesterday put together a promo. We're kicking don't play it yet. Let me set this up. So, we're trying to, here's the thing. I don't want to shit all over AI. I want to use AI.
It's like analytics in sports.
Sure.
Like it has a place, but we still got to have the human eye.
Right. The one person that ought to be afraid of his job getting taken is Jose. Like, I can see AI becoming our producer.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
So, like, I welcome AI as an enhancer to our company and what we're doing going into the future. But it's still a work in progress. So, here's a video. Make sure the audio's turned up, Bouquet. AI producer, always make sure the audio's turned up. All right, this is what is spit out yesterday based on looking at our show for a day. This was funny. Wait till y'all see AI's promo of In the Building.
That call was garbage. You can't say that on radio.
Two legends are breaking free. Mike Taylor and Rudy Jr.
In the building. In the building.
Where sports meets culture 5 days a week. Unfiltered, unscripted, unmissable. In the building. Weekdays at 10 a.m. Central on Love You Hard TV's YouTube. Subscribe for free or become a member for exclusive access.
Hey, I think
what the hell is that?
They could take our jobs, Mike.
That white man, that is not me.
I'm not mad at the brother.
How do they look at our show and determine that that's me? I don't even have a jacket that looks like that. That guy's got blue eyes. We need to put some more information. AI needs more.
Y'all's hair
info.
was pretty good. I mean, his was way more gray.
Way more gray. Yeah, AI needs more input on me. That was not great. And so then we tried to input. So here's an example of what Rudy and I are talking about as we go forth here into the future. I want AI to help produce our show, but it's got to include us, warts and all. Bonsa and all.
Yeah.
Ugly faces and all. Here's version 2 of our new promo presented by AI.
In a world of filtered takes,
That call was garbage. You can't say that on radio.
two legends are breaking free. Mike Taylor and Rudy J.
In the building. In the building.
Where sports meets culture 5 days a week. Unfiltered, unscripted, unmissable. In the building. Weekdays at 10 a.m. Central on Love You Hard TV YouTube channel. Subscribe for free or become a member for exclusive access.
Okay, so when
First of
AI
all,
thinks of Rudy, they think of missed jump shots.
How do I get 2 air balls and Mike's draining a 3? How do we not have? If you're gonna give me my air balls, give me Mike's missed dunk, AI. How do you give Mike draining one? Like, hey, black guys can't shoot.
We played my missed dunk
1,000
times.
But AI found that.
Yeah.
They found 2 air balls.
Yeah. So I think what we're determining here is that AI is going to get better and better. We want to use artificial intelligence to help us with our show and make us look cooler. We're never going to allow the human element to get taken away. And the second that it does, me and Rudy are going to quit and go become truck drivers. We ain't doing
I'll be a truck driver or a dope dealer.
That first one was very crappy. That sucked. The second one was just okay because it had us in it.
So that was AI also. AI generated.
That was a fake voice, yeah. And by the way, and I always, as long as Big Balls Pat is alive
I'll
and
use Pat.
wants to, I want Big Balls Pat being our guy.
Yeah, he's another guy that AI might be coming for his job too.
Yeah,
I
you're right.
know, but not as long as me and Rudy have a company. We're going to use humans. I want to continue to employ. I would never let Bouquet's job get taken. However, I would absolutely love AI to help you produce our show. Absolutely.
Henry's mustache, perfect example of what we're talking about. AI writes all my medical notes at work. Listen to a conversation and created a perfect medical note. No need to pay medical scribers anymore. Wow.
Yeah, man.
That's scary.
Nina
Now,
uses
that's
it all
scary.
the time, every
That's
day. She has Nina has this. She has this real high tech ass AI app. She has a. she pays a subscription.
Yeah, no, you can pay for chat. There's a Chat GPT upgrade where you can pay.
Right. So here's what I want artificial intelligence to do things like this. Help cure cancer once and for all.
Right.
You know, because
the real shit.
The real shit. You know, actually do something about people with
Tell us
spina
about
bifida.
Alzheimer's. Tell us about Lou Gehrig.
Correct. How do I fix Lou Gehrig's disease? Alzheimer's disease. That's where AI can be beneficial. You know, tragedies. You know, AI could help humans do a better job preventing floods and then helping, you know what I'm saying? AI could help police, fire, EMS workers. AI is awesome.
Until AI becomes racist.
Until AI becomes racist? Yeah. Well, doesn't it have to be programmed to be racist?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't think that's going to be the case.
I don't know.
Man, we could have crazy times.
All I can say is
that's going to happen.
Humans always find a way to F up everything. Every time we make progress, there's always a human ready to infiltrate it and F it up and make it awful.
So, serious question now.
Yes, sir.
When you guys first used the internet, was that just sick?
It was awesome. It sucked, but it was awesome because it was dial up. So it would go.
And you couldn't be on the phone at the same time.
But I loved it. That's when I was like first playing fantasy. And so I had my wife got me a laptop, and I'd be doing, I'd do my little dial up, and I'd be online. I thought it was awesome. It didn't suck. It was awesome.
It was awesome. Now it wasn't nearly as awesome as it is now. You know.
And Napster, when we got Napster, and we could get music from everywhere, that was a great time too. Wasn't a great time for the music industry because it was actually the beginning of the death of music and guys really making money off of music, but I loved it.
It made my show prep in those days, or when I was doing Sports Center updates, my prep time went from 2 hours to 15 minutes.
Right.
I could write my scripts because I had all the information. Before the internet, Bouquet, when I was a young reporter, in order to keep up with the news of the day, I read the Fort Worth Star-Telegram, the Dallas Morning News, the New York Times, and USA Today every morning at work because we had subscriptions to all that shit. So I could write updates, man.
How long did it take you to read all those things?
Well, I got pretty good at it. At the beginning, forever. It'd take me 3 hours to write 5
keep in mind, you're reading the
scripts.
ones that are interesting. You're not reading the whole paper.
Right. Yeah. I'm looking for, and of course, I'm looking for local. I was in Dallas, and I was just looking for Dallas-y stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I've always liked long-form reads, which is why I still read magazines. We were talking about reading magazines this morning before the show. I love long-form reading. I do. But not when I'm trying to go to work, and I've got a deadline, and I got a show. I got to come up with opinions and shit. So
yeah,
internet was awesome for the talk show host. Hell, we don't have to watch the games anymore now if we don't want to.
Yeah, I've never done any magazine reading or anything like that. Do you guys remember what your first search was? Like your first Google?
Oh, that's a great question.
This would automatically boobs?
Something with sports.
Mine was probably titties.
Mine was sports. Definitely
porn,
sports.
Man. What else?
I'm interested.
No, that's a good question. I don't know. If I had to guess, it would be sportsy. Yeah, probably Cowboys or something like that. Yeah. My high school, my name, probably something like that. Wayne 71's in the building. $9.99. AI isn't cheating. It's just working smarter while you're still trying to figure out with Excel.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree with that 1,000%, Wayne.
Well, Scott's in here. Humans need to band together and demand wealth redistribution and ownership of the means of production, i.e. robots and AI. Otherwise, all the money goes to the owners of the robots and AI, which is not you. Scott, you sound like a typical hippie.
That sounds like a socialist brother.
You know what? And yeah, you're right. Bouquet's right there with you. Y'all know all the problems, you socialists. Yeah, I don't have any solutions because
Come
there
on.
is no solution to what Scott just posted. It's inevitable, Scott. There ain't nothing going to change that. You hippies, you always know the problems.
What you can do,
Y'all
Scott,
don't have any solutions.
Invest in these companies that are the good ones.
But yeah, hey Scott, go invent your own AI app, man. I don't know what the big deal is.
I ain't gonna invent nothing. I'm just gonna wait till somebody. I'm gonna wait till Nancy Pelosi
Starts.
invest, and then I'll invest with Nancy.
Hugo has a good question here,
Mhm.
Mike. He says, "Can AI determine who clapped Buki's cheeks?"
Of course.
I guess.
No,
I don't know.
That's a good question. Let's ask AI.
So
We'll
how
find
does
out.
AI if there's any online evidence of your cheek clapping, it's going to know about it. Have you ever posted about your sex life? What are you typing over there?
I'm asking ChatGPT
Okay.
who clapped my cheeks.
Who clapped? You're writing literally who clapped Jose Bouquet's cheeks.
You're gonna get blocked.
Oh my God! What's it say?
It says it looks like you're referencing a meme or a joke phrased in an intentionally absurd or provocative way, possibly playing off the name Jose Bouquet, which might itself be a pun or fictional character. I am a pun or a fictional character, according to AI.
But it recognized your. Basically, that's their very polite way of saying, "Quit bullshitting my app and come up with something
Right.
of substantive, something good."
Exactly.
Oh, well, there's your answer, Hugo. It cannot
Well,
determine.
Bouquet, if Helga gets tired of your ass, you could probably get you a nice, sweet girlfriend on AI too.
Yeah, she or he, AI will run my cheeks.
She or he will run
I
your
can't. I
cheeks.
cannot determine the sex of AI. Who am I to say?
These kids today.
Everything is.
I love the looks on Uncle Rudy's face every time this comes
I
up.
just shake my head. I've learned to fight through his stuff.
This is a good point in the show where we should probably just get violent. And do
Let's
some
do.
punching.
Let's get violent.
Let's get violent up here on In the Building.
Now, it's time for People
Human
I
voice.
Want to Punch on
Real
In the
human.
Building.
F you AI. They can't duplicate Big Ball's pad.
No.
Who you punching today, sir?
Fat people that give unsolicited advice at the gym.
Wow.
Shut the fuck up and go back to your own set. Me too. I don't walk around giving advice in the gym to people because I don't look like I should be. And it's always a dude. It's always a fat dude. It's
What happened?
like, bro, and I'm not saying he might be right.
What happened?
I just get tired of seeing it. And he's always fucking with some chick. Like, oh no, you should be here. You want to do it here. Bitch. Go increase your protein and decrease your carbs and worry about your own set. Like, get the fuck out of people's faces with advice if you're not in shape. Like, I don't go to a broke person to ask how to make $1 million. I'm not going to a fat person to get me in shape. It's like, bro, leave people alone. You got your own. And I wouldn't either. Like, because for me, my gym has a lot of younger people. And I see a few dudes, they'll be doing stuff and they're like 18, 19. I'm like, damn, I could help them out. But if I were them and I came up to them, I would be like, why the fuck is this fat dude giving us advice when I walked off? You know what I mean? Like, read the fucking room, bro. You're not in shape enough to tell people how they should be working out.
He's fat.
Yeah. You know, you leave people alone if you're not in shape. Unsolicited advice is annoying regardless, even if the person is. But it's exceptionally annoying when the dude is 60, 70 pounds overweight.
Did this happen to you this morning, Rudy?
No. I get that look on my face like, don't talk to me. I don't want to be friends with anybody at the gym. I'm just there for my 45 minutes and leave. I give a couple of dudes that you see every day the nod, but I'm not dapping them up and asking what they're doing this weekend. I'm not doing none of that shit.
Y'all might need to switch gyms.
I am annoyed a lot, right? I am.
Of all of the things you have complained about this calendar year,
Has it been?
your gym is number one.
It is. A lot of it whips my ass, and I need to be worried about my damn self too. But I'm just like, bro, leave people alone. Like, get out of the way. Anyway.
So, look, man, we live in an apartment, which it's pros and cons too. One of the pros is we have our own gym there on the facility, and no one uses it but me.
That's great.
It's great.
You can walk around to 3-4 different stations. Don't have to worry about somebody taking over your station.
Yep. For every 20 times I go to the gym on our property, it's a nice. You've been there.
Yeah.
For every 20 times I go to our gym, only once is there ever anyone else in there. What drives me nuts though are the people that like don't put the damn free weights back on the rack.
Well, you know what? It's because it's dead. They feel like they don't have to.
Nah, bullshit.
But you're supposed to re-rack your shit.
Absolutely. I hate that. And
wipe down your machine.
And inevitably in an apartment complex, somebody always winds up stealing the 25-pound weights. Every time. They're always missing. And then the apartments are too cheap to buy more because they'll get stolen again.
Yeah.
You know. Gym douchebags.
I might need to change my gym.
One of the biggest pains in the ass.
But it is literally 45 seconds from my house.
Nina and I are probably 5 years away from owning that home, you know? And you know me, I'm a minimalist. I don't need much. We damn sure aren't going to have some big old palatial home ever. I would never do that. The one thing that I would spend money on, though, in my home is a gym.
That would be a great investment.
I will have my own shit in there. No human beings messing up my stuff.
Yeah.
Stealing weights, not putting stuff back. It's me. Only if I don't want to put it back, I don't have to. And it'll still be sitting there the next day because it's in my house.
Yeah.
I can't stand gym rat douchebag.
What was that, Guillermo? You're totally right. Like your doctor's sitting there telling you got to cut back on this, that, and he ain't seen his dick in 3 years, but he's telling me what I need to cut back on. Like, if I gave you a list of 20 people, Jose, and said, hey, pick from these trainers, and 10 of them were fat and 10 of them were in shape.
Yeah.
I'm not picking the fat ones.
Okay. So why walk around the gym giving advice if you're fat?
One time a dude tried to show me how to properly lift a weight.
And how pissed were you inside?
Very, because even if I'm lifting it wrong, we're in public here.
Don't fucking tell me.
We're not buddies. We're not working out together. I don't know you from Slim Shady. This was at Lifetime Fitness in Austin.
Lifetime's a beautiful gym.
It's great.
I love that gym.
And I never had any issues except for this one the guy, this big fat guy walks up.
Oh, and he was fat?
He's comes up, hey, you need a spot, bro? I'm like, I think I'm good. He's like, no, because your elbows are not going the right way.
Dude.
And he just like gets in on my territory. I'm like, bro, I go, look, man, I'm just starting out. I'm just trying to get rid of him. He goes, what did he say? He goes, I just been working out for a short time too, but I know the proper form. Even for admittedly, he goes, admittedly, I'm a big guy, and I go, you're not big, you're fat. There's a difference. Woo! I thought he was going to kick my ass.
No, that was
but you know me, huh?
That was
uncalled for. I just needed him to leave me.
No, and again,
I needed him to get out of my vicinity.
I would, and I love.
You ain't big.
Yeah, I love
fat.
bodybuilding.
There is
the sport, but I'm not going to give people advice, bro. Like, you got to be in shape to give fitness advice. I don't care what anybody says. Again, I'm not going to the plumber for engineering advice.
By the way, there is a difference between being big and fat.
There's huge difference.
Just saying.
What's the most annoying unsolicited advice someone can give to you?
In my life?
Yeah, like is it a golf? Is it like directions when you don't need it?
Try this cocaine.
Cook? No, that's good.
Golf is definitely one. Golf is definitely one because it's like, bro, I know there's a lot of Sunday golfers that take the game very seriously. Mm-hmm. But I'm there to have a good time.
Don't fucking talk to me.
I'm there to have a good time. And you start telling me, well, then now I'm like, now I'm not having fun and now I want to go home.
Mm-hmm. Same.
I know I suck, bro. Like, and let me ask you. Like, if I say, hey man, what am I doing? Watch me on this swing. What am I doing? I only got one guy. I only got one buddy. Well, two. I got two buddies that they help me out, and they know. I want their help.
Yeah.
But if I just met you and like we get paired up, don't tell me what my left foot's doing.
Yeah. Old guys.
I'm here to smoke cigars, laugh, listen to music, and go home.
Mm-hmm. Bingo. All right.
Who you punching?
I want to punch former Michigan State basketball player.
Draymond Green?
Current Phoenix Suns owner, Matt Ishbia.
What do he do now?
You know, I told you yesterday. Where's my punch sound effect?
Put on your music.
All right. I told you yesterday that I'm going to try to stop letting the NBA salaries piss me off. I didn't make it 24 hours.
Mr.
SGA was the highest paid guy in the league for about 9 hours yesterday. Or 2 days. No, it lasted
Well,
a day
SGA
and a
got
half.
like 70 something though.
I'm talking about annual salary per season.
Oh yeah.
SGA signed an extension 3 days ago at $71 million a
Yes.
season. And I just vomited in here. 2 days later, Matt Ishbia, the wild-ass renegade, terrible for the NBA owner in Phoenix, extends Devin Booker's deal by 2 more years.
Yep.
Did you see what he's going to make the last 2 years of the deal? $72.5 million
2
a
years,
season.
145.
Devin Booker makes $72.5 million a year to run around, take a bunch of shots, and get his ass kicked 3 nights out of 4.
At least SGA's a champ.
Exactly. Matt Ishbia sucks.
Only thing he's done well is say, hey, we're not going to charge y'all for concessions.
So what?
That's the only thing. I'm down with that. So the family of 4 can at least go have some popcorn.
Well, yeah.
But other than that, he
yeah,
sucks.
yeah. If I'm going to go have to watch the Phoenix Suns play basketball, yeah, I better not have to pay too much money to eat. Because y'all suck and you don't have a plan. You don't know what you're doing. You fuck up everything. You overpay everybody. You brought in Bradley Beal. KD took Kevin took Kevin Durant about 2 days to realize, oh shit, I made a mistake.
Yeah.
I can't stand that guy. He's
I don't.
bad for
I'm
the
not
league,
like.
man.
I'm way too hard on Devin Booker.
Booker's okay.
I don't like Devin Booker.
He's not awesome. He's not a star.
I don't like him. He's more worried about his cars and his clothes.
Somebody has to score buckets for shitty
He matches
teams.
his cars with his clothes, which is actually a dope flex that you have the money to do that. But I hate Devin Booker.
He matches his car with his outfits.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And he's a former Kendall.
Ain't one
He's on
shit.
Kendall Jenner's roster. She likes them yellow ones. She had Blake Griffin.
She likes them yellow ones.
She had Devin Booker.
Wow.
Yeah, she liked them yellow boys. She lets the other Kardashians play with the dark skin. She's like, y'all have had bad experiences with them dark brothers. I'm going to play over here in the light skin.
Where's Devin Booker's mama? Puerto Rican?
I don't know.
She's Mexican.
Oh,
I think
I don't know.
I think she's from Mexico.
I'll claim him if that's the case.
I think she's from Mexico. Look up Devin
You
Booker's
don't get to
mother.
claim Booker. He's
I think she's from Mexico.
he played on Team USA, sir.
He's
you don't
Latino.
Get to have him.
Well, he should play for us. He'd actually get to play.
He's
Mixed
Afro-Latino.
background. Oh, yeah. Veronica Gutierrez.
Okay, boom. Orale.
And father is black. Melvin Booker. Don't get blacker than that.
Melvin Booker.
Melvin. That's a name that's been erased.
It don't get no blacker than Melvin Booker. Melvin Booker, if y'all said that out loud, everybody looking for the black guy to raise his hand.
Oh, that's me. How you doing? Right here, everybody. Hey, everybody.
That's like Grover Cleveland.
Is Booker better than Vassell? Hell yeah, Raul. Don't go. Now, look,
Raul.
I'm not a big fan of Booker, Raul.
He's not great.
He's not
though.
better than Devin Vassell's not better than him. Cut it
But
out.
Booker should not. He's like, what has he been? All NBA twice? That's bullshit.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
No, he's not all NBA. He ain't even top 20.
He gets on my nerves.
He gets on my freaking nerves.
He's a bucket, but it's like a meaningless bucket.
Rudy,
he doesn't make anybody better. There's no impact. He's just
exactly.
Yeah.
Somebody at Brackenridge High School was the valedictorian this year.
Right.
That don't mean you're a good student.
Right.
Somebody has to score hoops for a shitty team, and that's Devin Booker.
That's Mike Taylor, Sean Lee theory.
I want badass motherfuckers in here.
Mike hated us to like Sean Lee. Why y'all praising Sean Lee? Somebody's got to make tackles.
Sean Lee sucks.
No,
that win, Sean Lee.
Mike hated
Dexter
Jose.
Coakley.
I'm talking about 15-minute segments on ripping Chris Collinsworth, drooling all over Sean Lee.
Now here's the guy, Sean Lee.
To make you guys feel old, I remember Sean Lee in like middle school, high school. He was like the talk of a town, like in Virginia.
You can't make me feel old, Buki.
Well, yeah.
Look at me.
When you guys,
look at me.
There's no gray in that beard.
Well, that's because of Just For Me.
By the way, I went and got local coffee today.
My man.
Punch the people at this coffee house. That's my second punch.
Look at this black man that's calling me right now. Look at that black man.
Oh, that's a handsome
The
guy.
cowboy.
That's a handsome guy. No. I'm punching
Rashad,
the
I'm
people.
doing the podcast right now.
I am punching the people that make this coffee. The coffee tastes fine.
What's wrong with it?
They went cheap on the cups.
What's wrong with the
It
cup?
keeps
man?
leaking out the fucking, getting all over my shirt, man. I'm gonna smell like coffee.
See,
That
keeps
actually is a
leaking.
good smell sometimes.
I need a paper towel. And see, This is why we need AI to produce it. Just have Jose like be a runner. Will you go get me a paper? No, don't go. No.
He's
Stay
kidding.
Stay there. I'll fight. Oh, you seriously gonna leave? Okay, he just walked out of the room. No one's flying the plane right now.
Well, hopefully we're fine.
So anyhow, no. Every time I take a drink, it leaks on me. It's bullshit. No, dude. I just. You're right about Collinsworth. Oh, here's the guy, Sean Lee. He should be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Thank you.
Yeah.
He is a minister of death praying for war. Bull, get the fuck out of here, dude. That sucks. Oh, you triggered me with Sean Lee.
Oh, yeah,
Poor
my
Sean
bad.
Lee. Sean Lee blew out his hamstring walking on the practice field. Walking. Not running. Walking.
That, my friend, may be steroids.
Yeah, for sure. No doubt. No doubt about that. I mean, okay. Let me rephrase. I don't have any doubt about that strong possibility. All right. It's Orlando Kell. Here's what I absolutely have no doubts about for sure, and I can say it unequivocally. Orlando Kell, if you are in the market for a family lawyer, this is the dude you need to be calling. If you've been hit up with divorce papers, or you're thinking about throwing out your own divorce papers, it's our guy Orlando Kell. All right, 50% of you boys that are married watching this show right now, you are going to get divorced. Period.
Damn.
That's facts. There's just
Like Kevin Hart did Don Cheadle. Damn.
50 years of data suggest that 50% of you boys watching right now that are married, your marriage will end at some point. You need the right person. You need the right quarterback. You don't need Devin Booker doing your marriage, your divorce. You need a badass, legit player, and that's Orlando Kell. 210-775-4995. You can email him to orlandokell@gmail.com. orlandokell@gmail.com.
Paul Revere, greetings from San Pedro, Belize.
Orale.
Even out the country, I need in the building. Is that Paul from Tally Pub, Paul?
I don't know. I know a
think
couple
that's
of
Paul.
Pauls. I think
that's Tally Pub, Paul.
I think that's the Paul that has a goatee and wears glasses, and I met his daughter
okay.
one time.
Okay.
I think that's the same Paul.
Okay.
I got a few Pauls on the radar. Yeah. Belize. That was
Never been.
on Breaking Bad. Whenever someone would be killed, that's what they would say. It was code for he's dead. He moved to Belize.
He moved to Belize. I remember that.
Dead. All right.
All right.
So we're talking about AI and our little fledgling company and how we're going to keep going into the future and stay profitable and doing TV shows. And, how do you stay relevant going forth? Rudy and I had a discussion the other day that was actually spearheaded by Tony Parker. Tony, Rudy had a pretty good opinion. I think he may be right. Tony's trying to move his house. I ought to call Jamie wrong. Tony Parker's having a hard time selling his property, I guess, because he has a freaking amusement park in the back.
It's Magic Kingdom. It's an awesome crib, but who needs all
Tony
that?
showed off his crib by having Kai Cenat, the noted streamer who got famous on Twitch. I think he now has a YouTube show, does he not? Kai.
I don't know.
And I asked the question last week, what is the big deal about Kai Cenat? Why, of all the influencers, how come Tony Parker invites him to his house? How come Kevin Hart goes to Kai's house? And I've watched a little bit of Kai on his Twitch stream, and it's just another kid playing video games and cracking jokes. So my question was, what makes this kid stand out? What makes him him? And I'll be damned, a week later, this kid's on the fucking cover of Time magazine.
Time 100 creators.
Wow.
And shout out to Time. Time doing what they like. Jose and them, they don't read magazines, but they know Kai Cenat. And they may click on the article online. They may not go buy the physical copy.
Time.com is there for you too.
Yeah, they're because he gets about 130,000 people watching live at a time.
This kid right here is the biggest needle mover we have right now going in America.
It's not even
right
close.
now.
Not even close.
If I'm Pepsi, I give him $10 million to pitch my Pepsi.
Yeah.
It's incredible. And so right on cue, there's a huge write-up on Kai. Today we have a lunch meeting, I think, As soon as that meeting's over, I'm going to run out and get this magazine. I want to, I want to see all the other creators they have in here too.
I think, yeah.
I need to know what the hype is on
we're
this
talking
kid.
about 99 other guys that are probably making really good money too. Maybe not Kai,
Yeah.
but still.
What is Kai's secret?
I have a question.
Yes,
What?
sir.
You didn't answer my question when I asked this first. Where the fuck are you gonna get this magazine? Where do people get
Barnes
magazines?
and Nobles,
Barnes
the
and
grocery
Noble,
store.
grocery store. Times everywhere. Are you really don't know, or you just pretending to
he's
be the
being an
young guy
asshole.
talking to the old guy?
I couldn't tell you.
You don't know where to get a time.
I know.
Then he's never been to
I
the
thought you
store.
had a subscription
You do. I do.
that comes to your house
Yeah.
still,
Every 2 weeks.
and you pay for this.
$8 a year.
Oh, a year? I thought you were gonna say a
Yeah,
month.
No, Esquire.
It's $50 a year for the online.
There was a
version.
time where
What?
I used to buy all of my, that's where you had to find your updates on bodybuilding before it blew up. I used to have to buy the Muscle Fitness magazines and keep up with Ronnie Coleman and Jay Cutler and Dexter Jackson and Johnny Jackson, and all these guys. So I used to be cute. I still have all those. Wife would get pissed, like, why are you reading those magazines and you never go work out? I was like, I'm a fan of the sport. I don't play football, but
I
I
don't
keep
box,
up with
but
it.
I'm watching Canelo.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm just
Bitch.
a fan.
You call her a bitch?
No, I wish. She'll kick me out. That's one thing she don't play. But no, dude, that whole situation, man, he did this thing where he did the streaming university where he helped like 10 guys learn to be streamers. And Netflix and Hulu wanted to pay him millions for it. And he was like, I'll just do it on my channel.
Right. Dude. So I don't subscribe to Time anymore.
I think he's just one of the
did.
pioneers, Mike. I don't think it's anything about him. It's kind of like perfect since I like bodybuilding. It's like Arnold. Arnold's legs look like shit. Arnold probably won 2 Olympias he shouldn't have won, but he was the pioneer. There's been, I think, 10, 20 more bodybuilders that look better than Arnold, but he was one of the pioneers, and people just, like, I don't think there's anything special about Kai. It's just he was one of the first, and people gravitated to him. I don't think there's nothing special to it other than the pioneer.
This is what I said the other day when we brought him up when he was over at Tony's house. Why is he him?
I don't know.
What made him get to him?
Who's on first again?
Yeah, I know, right? Like, what about him put him over the... Okay, yeah, he's a pioneer. He may be ahead of his time.
And then people just like, oh, well, this is my guy. I don't know what it is about him.
Somehow the algorithm blessed him and put his page, his channel, in front of all of these kids everywhere in the country.
COVID.
Somehow. I don't want to shit on the guy. I'm not saying he has no talent.
People said Buki said COVID. He's young, so he knows.
I need a reason to get it.
Yeah, it was just COVID. He had that's when he got like super popular because everyone was just sitting around with their thumbs up their ass.
Shit.
So let's watch other people do cool
I
stuff.
missed
But
the
Mike's
bar
question
on
is,
that.
okay, that's fine and dandy.
But what makes him so entertaining?
Couldn't tell you.
I don't know.
Lots of people fucked off during COVID on their channels. Lots of bands would just play all day. Lots of people popped open YouTube channels and just shot the shit all day. Why did Kai Cenat become the rock star that he is? Hopefully this article, and I'm going to go get it today because I don't subscribe to Time anymore. I used to. Hopefully this article today will give me some enlightenment on why he's the shit. Because I don't want to poo-poo on the kid if he's legit talented.
Right.
Or is he just Devin Booker and somebody's got to make shots on the internet? I don't know I don't know the answer to that. All right, it is in the building. Do you want to hang out with us? Please do so. We're going to celebrate Rudy's birthday tomorrow at Slackers on Nacogdoches.
Got my flyer, Jose?
6 p.m. start time. Rudy and I are going to do a little podcast, 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And then we're going to hang for a couple hours and drink some beer and celebrate Rudy's 48th.
Yeah, and, I was very close to telling Frank I wanted to wait because of what happened. But because of what happened in Kerrville in the Hill Country, I felt icky even posting that flyer when there's still over 100-something people missing. Like, it was weird to me. But, considering Slackers is also, not only are they doing their drive this week as far as, like, supplies and stuff, they're doing it for the next few weeks. Because Frank called me last night, was like, you know how this goes, right? People forgot about this after a week or two, so we want to extend it. So they're going to be doing something at St. Mary's next week, and then week after that, Thousand Oaks. And he also let me know that he had gotten reached out to by a bunch of in the building people about what he needed specifically. So Frank from Slackers wanted me to tell y'all thank you. He appreciates it. And shout out to y'all for reaching out for the drive. And GC, Nano, and Texas Cheer Liquors dropping off a bunch of stuff today at Slackers Nacogdoches. So Frank wanted me to let everybody know. Appreciate y'all. And come hang out Friday. Come watch the pod and then come hang out. Yeah, it felt when I posted, I sat there for like 5 minutes. Like, am I really gonna post a birthday flyer with?
You're still allowed to have a birthday
with 100 people, 100-something people still missing, over 100 people dead. I felt dirty.
I understand, and I respect that, but you're still allowed to have a birthday.
Yeah,
you know. I watched a couple of baseball games this week.
Yeah, I know, but
read some good articles in my magazines.
Yeah, I know.
Still gonna live, you know. That whole scene there.
It's crazy,
sucks.
Right? Yeah, it does.
All right, so that's tomorrow at Slackers on Nacogdoches. Come celebrate Rudy's birthday with us. So, got the chat back going today with my brother and my cousin.
His dad in it? Big Mike in it?
He wasn't in this particular one. We
Okay,
have
what
left
happened?
pretty much all NBA talk. We exclude my dad.
Okay.
Because he gets beaten down by our bullshit. You know, we talked about this yesterday. So the Las Vegas odds have come out on win totals for next season in the NBA. And the Spurs, according
43?
to Vegas, are at 43.5 wins.
Yeah, we talked about this. What
and
happened?
the Mavericks are at 39.5 wins.
Okay.
And we got to talking about why that's bullshit, and we don't believe it.
Y'all all were in agreement that was bullshit?
No, I tried to explain why Vegas only has Dallas pegged at 39.5 wins.
Kyrie and AD.
Well, they're hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, and well, AD's going to get hurt. I mean, AD's eyeballs literally fall out doing nothing. He just had a detached retina. He had to get reattached. Right. He's the most injury-prone human being in America. He's like Samuel L. Jackson on Unbreakable. Remember that movie Unbreakable with Samuel L. Jackson, Mr. Glass? Yeah, he's Mr. Glass. And so I see why Vegas only has Dallas at 39.5 wins, because Kyrie's going to miss most of the year. AD's a big softy.
And Cooper's a rookie.
The only reason Dallas wins more than 39.5 next year is because of the way that that team plays for Jason Kidd. And I'm going to tie this to the Spurs. You can say what you want about the Dallas Mavericks and their current roster and their injury issues, but now that Cooper Flagg is there, and I ain't saying he's going to be the next Larry Bird. I ain't saying that at all. I can tell you this. The Dallas Mavericks play their ass off.
They played hard for Jason Kidd.
I watched them smoke the Spurs' asses last season at the Frost Bank Center with no AD, no Kyrie Irving. They had 7 guys. 7. And they outworked, out-hustled, out-muscled, out-testicled
You hear that, Mike?
San Antonio.
You hear that? You hear it? That's the sound of Spur fan being triggered. Well, we didn't have Wemby, and we didn't have...
Well, hang on. I ain't done yet.
I'm just saying. I hear it. I hear him getting triggered.
If that organization expects me to vote yes on an arena and raise my taxes 2 cents, I need a motherfucking playoff appearance.
Uh-oh.
I don't even care if you lose.
Uh-oh.
At minimum.
Uh-oh.
Minimum.
Uh-oh.
If they don't make a
Mike's
play-in,
vote is on the line.
If they do not at least make a play-in game, the NBA's so soft. Let's let 20 teams make the playoffs. Well, what the fuck? Let's just scrap the season and just have the playoffs. Since 4/5 of the league make the postseason, but y'all can't even make the 4/5. I'm sick. Vegas has us winning 43.5 games.
I agree.
Excuse me, I'm gonna need some proof on that shit.
I agree.
Because I watched.
I've taken the over.
You can say what you want about the Spurs the last couple of years. Here's what you can say. Their head coach got sick, and they had to run a rookie interim coach out there.
And it was weird.
I get that. I get that. They had some key injuries. I get that. Their franchise player's just a kid, and he's just showed up, and he's only in his second year. That's it. And then he got a blood clot. I get that. That's legit. They have had holes galore. They made a late in-season trade for a guy that came in, and that kind of messed up whatever chemistry they had. I get all that. They've been rebuilding. They've done a great job. Brian Wright should be praised for the job he's done in the process and staying the course and being patient and not panicking and not trading for veterans you don't need that are going to fuck up the long-term future of the team. I get all that. You know what else they've been the last 3 years? One of the softest fucking teams in the NBA. Soft.
You heard it. See, it ain't me today.
Tired of it.
It ain't me today. It's
Done
Mike today.
with it. Tired of it. The San Antonio Spurs are a soft organization. All of that badass, silent intensity that Tim Duncan had is gone. It's gone. You know, I saw Dylan Harper say yesterday that not a day goes by that, like, there's not old guys at the gym.
No, Tim, Manu, and Pop, he says he's seen them every day since he got here.
That's wonderful. It ain't working. I don't know what Tim's telling people. I don't know what they're talking about with Manu Ginobili.
What?
You can talk to Manu all you want, but you have to be the one to nut up and take your ass out there on the court and play ball. This has been the easiest team to put away in fourth quarters for 2 years in a row, and I'm sick of it. There ain't no damn way I'm going to take the over on 43.5 wins. Y'all got to show my ass. I can't tell you how many times in the last 2 or 3 years, going back to Pop's last 2 years, they'd get their ass kicked in winning time. Well, I'm just proud of our guys who played so hard. What is this, an orphanage? Fucking NBA. This is a business. They haven't had the nasty that Pop wants all the time in 5 years.
More than that.
Tired of them being soft. So I think Dallas wins more games than San Antonio next year. My brother tried to offer up the last 2 years we bet $100 on who wins more games.
Right.
I ain't taking that bet. Dallas is going to win more games than San Antonio because
agree.
Dallas has it sucks that Kyrie's hurt. He's one of the biggest dogs we have in the league.
I like their bigs. I like their front court.
They are tough. They're going to play great defense. I don't know how the hell they're going to score buckets. They ain't going to win the title. They may not even make the playoffs, but I'll be damned if I sit up here and think Dallas ain't going to win more games than San Antonio. I need to see that shit.
We'll agree to disagree on that one.
Why?
And that's
Why?
not because Dallas.
Why is San Antonio going to win more than Dallas?
Well,
Because Dallas is going to suck, or we're going to take a step?
We're going to both.
Okay.
I don't think Dallas is going to suck. But I do think with the inevitability of Anthony Davis going down, Kyrie's not playing next year. Cooper Flag, someone just said in the chat, and I 1,000% agree. He's going to get the Caitlin Clark treatment. Everybody's going to come into that game saying he ain't scoring on me, and he's going to get everybody's best shot every night. The Spurs, look, if what you say is true, then yes, we should come in here and rip their asses. If you had, again, remember how we treated Philly when they got all them top 5 picks?
Yeah.
We talk shit about them. We got 1, 2, 4. We're supposed to win more games than them. So if what you say comes true, then yes, somebody got to go. I ain't saying Mitch, but then we got to make some wholesale changes. Because again, Castle be in year 2, Wemby will be in year 3, Fox is in year 6, Buki, 7, somewhere around there. No, there's no excuse for Dallas to win more games. No, I'm going with San Antonio on that. And if not, then I'm going to be highly ticked off. Because normally you're talking me off the ledge. Today I'm trying to talk you off of it.
No, I'm taking you one further. My vote depends on how they do. If they do not make the playoffs, I don't know when they're going to take the Project Marvel to the voters.
Well, that's why it was good
I'm going to vote no if they don't make the goddamn playoffs. I'm sick of this bullshit.
It was good to have Chris Paul here because Chris Paul was like, how long are we going to say we young? I was like, thank you, Chris.
I know. Who's going to bust their ass in the room?
Because the thing about it is, and this is also an easy place to play, which is why Kawhi should have never left. Because here, if you get the 1, 2, 4 pick, we're just going to, as a media and as a fan base, we're just going to be like, it's okay. Don't worry. You really, I know you guys lost, but Mitch, how did you think Vassell looked? I know you lost, but Vassell, and it's like, it's really handheld softball, the way we handle this team historically in the media and in the fan base. It's easy to not be good. Philly, New York, Boston, LA, you're going to have to answer some questions. Here it's just kind of like, well, it's okay, guys.
Bullshit.
I'm just saying that's how we've handled them. So there's no sense of urgency. Where's the sense of urgency when you're not getting any heat? They never take heat, no matter how bad they are.
They should. And now they want us to build a new arena, which I have no problem building the arena, but I need some return.
I agree with that.
This is a fast-paced world I live in. There's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of magazines that I could be reading.
And them tickets ain't cheap.
No, I am not going to waste my time on a team that is soft.
Is Nuck your brother?
I don't know.
Nuck Fico is your brother.
Maybe it is.
It is because he hates Nico.
Okay.
It's a bet. It's a bet.
You don't bet my brother on that?
Spurs win more games than Dallas. It's a bet. I can save $25 a
I've
month.
been burned by that franchise 2 years in a row.
It's a bet, Nuck. It's a bet, Matt.
Rudy, I can handle developing. I can handle hey, man, you can't. Tim Duncan retired. I get it. You cannot. And what they did for no team in the NBA has had the sustained success that they had from about 1997
97.
to 2017.
Nobody.
So, look, I get at some point we're going to have to restart. I get that. I can deal with we need better shooters. We need veterans. We need guys. What I cannot deal with is flat in the front like a Ken doll. Why is Devin Vassell still on my basketball team? I have no idea. Ship his ass out today. Why is Keldon Johnson on my basketball team? His ass needs to be shipped out today. You are part of the problem. We need solutions. Like I told Bouquet earlier, you liberals, y'all have all the problems. Y'all know all of them. Ain't got no solutions. I'm tired of pointing out the problems. I'm tired of the draft being the highlight of the Spurs season.
Now, I said
That's
that.
bullshit.
I said that the day after the draft. Like, gosh, it's weird sitting around and partying about the draft. But, I mean, I've seen every team go through it. Have the Bulls done anything since Mike left?
I don't even mind losing. I just don't. I'm tired of watching them get out-toughed. The Mavericks, this is why Jason Kidd is considered one of the best coaches in the league. It's one of the reasons why the Knicks wanted him. They bust their ass for him. Those guys are dogs up there. Derek Lively, Gafford, PJ, these kind of guys.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to get a layup on them.
They
especially
are tough.
Now you adding Cooper to that front line.
Yeah,
it's
Dallas
going to be tough
to
get a bucket on Dallas.
Cooper Flagg's a dog. He's a determined.
I like Cooper because he plays both sides.
I just pray that Dylan Harper if he has 50% of his daddy's competitiveness nature, that's great.
No, Dylan's a dog.
This team needs to take that next step right now, this season. I don't want to be sitting up here getting my ass kicked, in February, and they're 15 games under 500, lost 10 games in winning time because they don't have the balls to go get games. I'm tired of that stuff. I watched 7 guys for Dallas run their ass off the floor. They didn't blow them out on the scoreboard, but they out-hustled them, out-toughed them, nutted up in winning time, and kicked their ass. I mean, I was watching guys I never even heard of for Dallas outdo the Spurs last year.
Yeah.
I'm sick of the soft bullshit. So miss me with a 43.5, Vegas. I'm taking the under. I need you to show me. I'm not betting on the Spurs again until they show me something. I'm sick of it. I didn't mean for that to happen.
That's all good.
I'm pissed.
It's all good.
I'm tired of it. I don't mind losing, but it's how you lose. I tell my kids this. Oh, damn, I got a 79 on the math test. Well, I don't love 79s.
But
did you study your absolute hardest?
No.
Did you put everything you could into this test? Yes. All right. Don't love a 79, but I can live with it because you busted your butt. But if you get a 79 because you stayed up late and you half-ass studied, you didn't put the time in, bullshit. That might as well be a 29 in Daddy's opinion.
Right.
And that's what the Spurs are doing. The Spurs are throwing a bunch of 60s up there, and it's because they're soft. It's bull crap. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
I got mad.
It's fine.
My brother, he texted, I don't want to take your money this year. I'm like, I ain't banking the bet anyway.
No, I think that's going to be an easy 100.
You pull down Devin Vassell's pants, you ain't going to see nothing but a flat-ass surface.
No, I'm going to...
He's my whipping boy because they pay him $30 million. 30 is what he makes. No wonder he don't give a shit.
That ain't no money.
Nah, bullshit.
When Booker and Cher getting 70, 30 sounds like a deal.
Upset. My brothers, Rudy and Mike, are giving me back all the money I've donated to y'all super chats and membership fee. Yeah, they're probably even now.
Yeah.
Not this year. You're going to have to find some other ways to make up that money. All right, it's Texas Cheer Liquor. Rudy mentioned them. They're part of our our drive. We're doing it at the NACO Slackers location tomorrow. Texas Cheer Liquor rolled over their June special, so they're the same in July as they were last month.
You still got the Spectre, $19.99 the half gallons. You still got the 14 hands
Very
unicorn.
Good.
You still got the Stella Rose $4.99. So you can still roll in there because they haven't switched over to July just yet. So go in there and make sure you tell them in the building sent you.
7 locations, all in the San Antonio area from I-90 to Bernie and in between. It's in the building, mention in the building, and get 5% off your total.
Because you won't get it if you don't.
5% off. All right, Deion's back. Good to see Deion
How come
back.
they haven't told us what's wrong with Deion?
I don't know, and that worries me. He had a medical issue, so he actually took like a 2-month leave of absence. When I first heard this, I
always
thought,
thinking C word.
oh, don't even say that. I always think it's something with the foot. Maybe he got infected. Okay. I mean, they've had to save his foot like 3 times. If he didn't have medical insurance, he'd have one leg.
Money,
he'd have one leg. His foot was so messed up and so bad off.
It started from turf toe, too.
I don't know what happened. Yeah, I don't know what happened with Deion.
He didn't say. I know Michael Irvin was like, y'all pray for Deion, and no one ever really specified exactly what it was.
He just all of a sudden was not on the job.
But he's back.
Everything he does gets scrutinized, which is bullshit. So the Big 12 Media Day started up this week.
Up in Dallas, right?
Uh-huh. And Deion took 2 quarterbacks. Oh, you don't take 2 quarterbacks to the media days. You don't do that.
Why?
Says who?
Why?
Says who?
Yeah.
That you're going to create a rift. Oh, if then either someone gets butt hurt, then they can get the fuck off my team. Again, I want tough people. Ain't even just about winning. It is about being a man, sacking up.
Like it's going to be, I don't know who's going to play yet.
I love that. I love that he took 2 quarterbacks.
Competition breeds greatness.
I'm bringing 2 quarterbacks. And if one of them don't like it, I guess I got my answer on who the starter ought to be.
Right.
So Deion's got 2 kids he's considering. He brought in a veteran off the portal, kid named Caden Salters, who's a veteran who threw for like 8,000 yards last year at Liberty.
He got the freshman
and he's got this 5-star future NFL, ridiculous, the next arch, blah, 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 Juju Lewis, a kid from Georgia.
Yeah.
And so Juju's more talented, but he has no experience. He's only 17. He hasn't even turned 18 yet.
Is this Arch Quinn all over again?
Could be. We'll see. And the kid that they brought, so that's why Deion brought both of them. Well, that's just not. No one has ever done that. Tough shit.
Yeah.
Tough shit. Deion also said something very interesting. He said he's had more fun coaching, even though he had the leave of absence. He's having way more enjoyment coaching now than ever. Because his sons are gone. Yeah. It wasn't a shot at his sons. The whole dynamic and the rhetoric and the narratives about him and his sons and all that stuff. Now he doesn't have to worry about that. Now he can just be.
If there's focus on them, it's going to be on football.
Correct.
Not on Shador's money.
Yeah,
I got you.
Nepotism, all that kind of stuff. Now he can be more pedagogical. He can be out there and he can teach. He can coach. It's more X's and O's. No one's related to him. I think his daughter works on staff doing something.
And his son's the cameraman.
His son does social media.
Yeah.
But nobody's on the team, and he said he's having more fun than ever, just because he doesn't have to deal with the distraction of all the questions and all that kind of thing. By the way,
what's up?
All the preseason college football rags, Phil Steele, Athlon, all that shit are out. I don't think Dave Campbell's come out yet. They should be any time unless I missed it. On the magazine rack at the HEB where I buy my magazines, Bouquet. I keep going back to the magazines. Every single one of them have the Longhorns #1 and Arch Manning as the Heisman Trophy winner.
And if you ask Steve Spurrier why, he couldn't even start over a 7th-round pick.
That's such a troll. It's funny and ironic. And this is the reason why the Longhorns were mad at me for the longest time, because every year they get so overrated by the media. Gotta hate the media. Well, in general. These are the same assholes. I don't know why Deion brought 2 quarterbacks to Big 12 Media Day.
Right.
Are the same assholes that for the last 10 years told me that Tom Herman was going to be the coach of the year and Texas was a sleeper national championship pick. And I don't know, pick somebody. Casey Thompson's a dark horse Heisman Trophy winner.
God.
Missed me with the overrated Longhorn asshole slurping. And that's why they got mad at me, because I would call out the preseason rankings for 10 years.
Yeah.
And by the way, guess you know how many times I was right? All of them. Every time.
You've been right since 2006.
And I'm right this year.
As far as what?
For once, the media's got this right. Texas should be #1. They have the best team on paper in college football.
I don't know about that.
Arch Manning should be the favorite to win the Heisman Trophy. And if they can't handle the pressure, then they shouldn't. They don't want them on my team anyway. Same thing with the Spurs.
Look, Heisman, okay, that's one thing. I'm not saying that Arch is overrated. I actually don't know what's going to happen with Arch, but what I will say is this, and I said this before, they lost a lot of guys to the pros. So I'm not worried about Arch.
14.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not worried about Arch. I'm worried about those other 13, 14 spots that they lost. And are those guys going to perform in the horseshoe? Are they going to be able to handle Georgia? Like, this isn't, Little Sisters of the Poor they're playing. They're playing in Big John Southern Plantation. So I'm not worried about Arch. I want to see what happens elsewhere. But I don't have a problem. I'm not outraged that they're number one. But they have some holes.
All of their safeties are gone. 2 other defensive tackles, 3 offensive linemen. Their starting running back gone.
Those are some big holes.
Every single kid that has replaced all those slots are a 4 or 5 star talented player. But it's one thing to be good on paper. It's one thing to have talent. It's another thing to go into Ohio State and win at the Horseshoe on opening day. That's a whole different deal.
Yeah, like, I don't know, man.
It's funny you mentioned Steve Spurrier. If Arch is so good, how come he didn't beat out the other kid? You can make the case half the positions that they're replacing this year, they're replacing with more talented people than they had last year at those positions.
You think so?
I do think so. But it's one thing to be talented. It's another to go out there and play Georgia and Alabama.
Perfect example, like Jeremiah Smith and Emeka Ibuka. Are those guys that have never played on a big stage like the Horseshoe in front of 100,000, are they really going to go in there and be able to guard Jeremiah Smith?
I think that they can.
Okay.
I think that they should.
Okay.
This is life in the SEC when you're the big dog.
Yeah.
You can't take the heat, get your ass out the kitchen.
And again, even let's say they lose in the Horseshoe, it doesn't matter. That's a great loss.
They may not lose again.
Yeah, that's a great loss. And I know that sounds stupid, but
well,
that's
let me see the game. Exactly. It's like this goes back to the Spurs. I don't mind if you lose. I get that.
It's how
you lose.
Right.
It's possible the Longhorns don't win at Ohio State and impress the hell out of us. It's possible they beat Ohio State and lose 4 times. That's the beauty of college football. We're literally watching young men develop week to week to week. These are 18, 19-year-old kids whose body literally changes in 6 months' time.
Right.
Literally, you're gaining muscle. You know what I mean? It's weird. And that's one of the beauties of it, though. Texas should be number one. Arch should be the Heisman favorite. So go out there and live up to the expectation. Show me that you are SEC ready. They obviously are.
Obviously they
Prove
are.
it again.
They've been to 2 Final Fours.
Do it again.
So now it's time to you talk about taking the next step, Mike.
Mm-hmm. This is it.
2 Final Four. And not even a finals. We just got to the semi. So we got to at least take the next step and get to the final.
Being in the top 5 and having the Heisman Trophy candidate
don't mean
as your quarterback, that should be how it is every year in the SEC.
Oh, yeah.
Period. Georgia's dealt with that 10 years. Bama's dealt with that 30 years.
Yeah.
That's what happens. Alabama goes 9-3 and the world comes to an end.
Oh, my God. They're going crazy.
Yeah.
Everybody's telling Nick Saban how to do his job.
Absolutely.
Damn.
These guys suck. You know who's got the hottest seat in college football this year? Terry DeBoer, Alabama coach.
Mitch
and Terry.
Mitch, ask Terry what life is like replacing a legend.
By the way, if you guys are curious,
yes, I am.
Ohio State 2.5-point favorites.
Well, that's because they're at home. See, Bookie. I do have a little bit of betting knowledge, and my knowledge is, if you are at home playing a team with 15 new starters, if they really thought that Ohio State was going to win the game, it would be at least 3.
Yeah, home field is like 2.5 points, 3 points.
So the fact that they're not a full 3 to 3.5 kind of lets me know they think Texas may win that game.
And Ryan Day has no idea who his starting quarterback's going to be as of right now.
And Ryan Day's the only person that uses more hair dye than me.
On his beard.
Dude. I'm like, Ryan, come on, bro.
Oh, my God. You just picked a sore subject.
Fool us a little bit.
Come on.
Man.
His beard is ridiculous.
Like, you see, notice I leave a little bit. so it's not so bad.
I didn't know you dyed it.
Yeah, I dyed.
You do a good job.
Because I leave a little gray. Ryan is just like,
it
F
looks
off.
ridiculous.
He does.
And it looks like black paint. It's so
bad.
terrible.
It's bad.
You know what?
But he got a natty.
He got a natty.
It don't matter.
It don't matter.
UTSA A&M week 1?
UTSA 20.5-point underdogs.
Yep.
Going to Brian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Half of UTSA's football budget for the year is that 1 week.
Hey, we need that.
I'm mad at them too right now.
Yeah, we need that $1.5 million, Mike.
No shit, it's half their budget.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm contributing to their budget. The more you play with them in the new NCAA football game, the more money they get. So shout out to UTSA.
Yeah, they'll make $1.5 million. That's only 33% of Jeff Traylor's salary. So we got to come up with the rest of it somehow, some way. Don't let Texas State pass our ass.
Yeah, A&M should be favored by much more.
I want to give a shout out to a longtime subscriber and member of this show, the great Gary Rice. He and his wife Mary this week decided to have their roof replaced with our guys at GC Services Roofing and Construction, serving San Antonio all the way down to the coastline and back. It is GC Services at 210-347-0426. What does that make, 13 now?
13, 14 on the way.
13 happy customers have gone to GC Services Roofing. I don't know if Gary and Mary are going to have the Lone Star Nano service put on there or not. I would recommend that they do. Gary, it's your money. It's your house. You do what you want, but I would recommend it because Lone Star comes in after they put the roof on and they coat it with that beautiful love sauce.
Right.
It's just basically insurance. And what it does is it doesn't just protect you like insurance does. It literally prolongs the life of your roof by up to 15 years with Lone Star Nano Services. Go Nano and go GC Services Roofing, 210-347-0426. All right. What's on the run sheet else? Oh, lifestyles of the rich and famous. So I saw something that was weird to me this morning. Just kind of looking through my news items and my notifications and stuff. And I know, Rudy, you're a man of you like rich people shit. Rudy likes fine things.
I do.
Which I do too. I don't want it to come off like I'm a ragamuffin. I like decent stuff.
I like nice
I just
shit.
don't like a lot of it. I don't need a lot of it. So I saw this celebrity cruise going on.
Oh.
And of course, this is what happens when you go to TMZ.com. You get the celebrity cruise news. Explain this shit to me. So a bunch of celebrities have gotten together on this cruise. And they're just basically tripping around Europe on ships and planes together for no other reason that I can surmise other than they're just famous. Yeah. All right, so here we go. And what happened was, out of this celebrity cruise, all these rumors started flying that Tom Brady was tapping Sofia Vergara.
They're just hanging out. They're not tapping.
Okay, you know about this.
Yeah.
Well, how are they hanging out and not tapping? What's the point? I don't hang out with women. I hang out with dudes.
No, he probably hit.
All right. He probably hit. He's Tom Brady. So it says Tom Brady and Sofia Vergara are having a summer fling, but they're not dating. It's not a romance. TMZ is
fucking.
I know, right? Can't you fuck without being romantic?
Yeah.
Anyway, it says our sources say that Tom and Sofia are both single and are definitely not a couple, though. But they are having fun on a trip through Europe with a bunch of other celebrity travelers, which I thought this was weird. Tom and Sofia's summer fling is just getting started about a week ago. They hung out on a super yacht with Martha Stewart. Okay, here. This is the roll call. Tom Brady, Sofia Vergara, Martha Stewart, Kendall Jenner, Naomi Campbell, Kate Hudson.
Damn.
Patrick Schwarzenegger, the son of Arnold.
Nice.
Anita, whatever Anita is.
I don't know her.
Tessa Thompson. And Irina Shayk, who is an ex-girlfriend of Tom Brady's.
Oh, yeah. She used to be with Ronaldo, too.
Although they're not dating. The two-night excursion launched in Rome, Italy. Tom moved his seat on the yacht to sit next to Sofia during a dinner, and Sofia posted a photo of them seated next to the Latin music star J Balvin.
Damn, J Balvin's on there, too?
I like J Balvin.
Yeah.
There are reports describing Tom and Sofia's situation as a summer romance. But sources familiar with this situation say to just call it a romance right now, it would be ridiculous. How long this lasts, however, is anyone's guess.
Well, this is
Explain that to me. These people let's just get together on a super yacht.
What is there to explain?
I see rich people who cannot function in normal society who are lonely. That's what I see.
I see rich people that don't want to be with riffraff.
Okay, I thought you might say that.
And I'm fine with that. You think they want to be on a Carnival cruise?
I see forlorn people that are sad.
Nah.
These are people that they know who you are because you're a celebrity and you're rich, but we don't really know each other. I see a bunch of surface skimming here. There's no deep relationships in that. That's just partying.
And it was just fuck. Like, I'm sure he probably hit Kate one day, hit Sophia the next. Like, yo, we buy a bunch of
They're standing in line outside his room.
I mean, have you seen Sophia lately? Because she just got out of her marriage not too long ago, and she's outside. She looking good. And she's also on record saying, I ain't dating nobody that make less than me because it causes problems. And men end up being, they end up resenting you.
That tells me she ain't meeting the right men. There's lots of cool men out there that don't need to make more than her that wouldn't freak out. See, Julia Roberts married a cameraman. They've been married happily for 25 years. She went through about 10 dudes in 5 years.
Exactly.
Hooked up with a cameraman.
But see, she had to get.
It's been blissful.
But it took her 11.
Right, because she tried to date. She tried to date guys that were famous and had more money than her.
No, her dude was famous. He just didn't make more money.
Who?
I forget his name.
Julia. Sofia Vergara.
Yeah, I forget his name. Oh. She's something else though. I see Tom working. Tom on the boat. He in shape. Tom out there on the boat seeing what's
I see lonely
outside.
people. I see sad folks.
No.
I think Tom Brady might be in his heart lower than a crippled cricket's ass.
No.
His ex-wife just had a baby with that dude.
No, that's a miserable, lonely bitch.
Every time, Tom, she ain't miserable and lonely. She's happy as hell.
Man, that girl miserable.
She just spit out a baby. I like Tom Brady on the surface, but what do we really know about? Here's what I know. He takes celebrity cruises with rando celebrities.
No, bro,
he gets criticized for his terrible broadcasting on the weekly.
I don't want to hang out with losers. I don't want to hang out. I'm not saying that we're losers, but I'm saying like you don't want to be around a bunch of people that are there because that like are in awe of you. Like you want to hang out with people that you could just be normal with.
Barack Obama don't do celebrity cruises.
For what? He's 70.
He ain't 70.
How old is he?
President
65?
Obama? 62, 63.
Yeah, no, Barack.
He wouldn't do that at 45.
No, man.
Nah, because he's above that shit. How old is President Obama?
I want to hang out with people that are doing better than me.
I want to hang out with President Obama, not Sofia Vergara.
I don't want to hang out with Barack.
You don't?
No. I love Barack.
You don't see Brad Pitt's ass on those celebrities.
I love Barack. I love Barack, but I don't want to hang out with him.
I see shallow people.
Because Barack's going to try to talk sports all night.
I see douchebags. That celebrity cruise is full of douches.
No, that celebrity cruise is full of cool people. Those are cool people. Tom, Sophia, Kate. I like Martha. Martha did time.
Martha Stewart got made to be something she's not even close to being. She don't know shit about baking cookies. She don't know shit about folding napkins.
Hey,
How old is President Obama?
63.
63.
How many people can say they got bent over by Snoop?
President Obama is way too cool to hang out on a celebrity cruise full of shallow people.
Yeah, well, Barack's also an NBA groupie. Like, I'm gonna do a.
Are you about to? You're criticizing President Obama?
Wow.
Never.
To defend Sofia Vergara and Jay Balvin and Kate Hudson.
What I'm saying is Barack is a sports groupie.
But he don't go on celebrity
No, but he
cruises.
gets a big boner when he gets to hang out with LeBron.
Maybe.
And Anthony
and
Edwards.
I guarantee you LeBron gets a boner hanging out with him too.
Not Anthony Edwards.
President Obama does not do celebrity cruises. Brad Pitt don't do that shit. My guy Eddie Vedder don't do celebrity cruises because they don't need to. They're
First
complete
of all,
humans in who they are.
Nobody should even know. They don't. We shouldn't even know.
Exactly. But there's Sophia posting pictures of it.
I would post.
She wants
if I'm with Tom Brady, I'm gonna post a picture too. Shit. No, there's nothing.
I see sad people. Tom Brady needs to find another right woman. He's getting older. He's pushing 50.
Giselle Bundchen tweeting, "My husband can't throw and catch." Yeah, bitch, I ain't coming home either. You just insulted Julian Edelman.
That wasn't cool.
Yeah, like
no, that wasn't cool.
Man, no, we totally disagree on that one.
All right, well, that's it. Right on impasse.
Yeah, this is we're talking about Mike Taylor.
I want to hang out with CEOs of companies.
They are.
No.
They are.
It's all in name.
And I don't want to hang out with the certain CEOs of certain companies because they're the biggest douches.
Well,
Just
no,
because you
for
got
sure.
a lot of
No,
money.
that depends
oh,
on
you got,
who you are.
yeah, I own this and
It depends.
I own that and I own 1,200 properties. Like,
I just
give a
don't
fuck.
relate to that, I guess. I don't have this need. I think like I'm going to go hang out with a whole bunch of famous people because.
No,
I don't have any need for that.
I don't have any need to
What
hang out.
What is the point?
I don't have any need to hang out with the CEO.
What is the point of the celebrity crew?
What's the point of hanging out with CEOs?
Information, knowledge.
You don't think Tom
Deep
Brady has
conversation.
knowledge?
Not beyond football. No, not really. Like none. No,
I
I don't
totally.
think so. I think
And
it's
just,
shallow
I
as
don't
fuck.
think. Let's say you own 12 AI companies and
Mhm.
10,000 acres of land.
Yeah,
I don't mean I want to fucking hang out with you.
I think maybe I like nerds.
I like nerds too.
Are you sure?
I love nerds.
I don't think I'm.
I know a lot of
can't
nerds.
I just can't do the on paper cool. I need. There needs to be some depth to you.
Nah, I don't need to hang out with the CEO guy. The CEO guy most of the time is a douchebag too. Douchebags come in all shapes and sizes.
For sure, but
Especially the CEOs because they have to be over
Right.
the top because no one knows them. So they're worse.
for sure. But it's a different. But it's a debaggery. But maybe you're right about that. But these are at least people who have done stuff. What has Tom Brady done?
Well, most of those CEOs, a lot of CEOs also were silver spoon.
Well,
a lot
that's
of stuff
true.
was handed to him.
Well, I don't want to hang out with him either. President Obama was with a single mama.
I do dinner or golf with Obama,
All right.
but he's not on the top.
I'd
of my
like to go
list.
cruise with him.
Yeah, I do that, but I
There
don't.
ain't nothing Jay Balvin's got to tell me that I'm interested in remotely.
I'd love to hang out with.
Shut
Jay
the
Balvin.
fuck up and play a song. That's what I would say.
I don't want to talk sports with Barack all day. Like, what do you think about the Cowboys? I don't.
And I don't think Brady can talk about anything but football.
I disagree.
Maybe staying in
I disagree.
shape by eating avocado
I
ice
disagree.
cream.
I disagree. I'd much rather hang out with Tom Brady than some CEO.
All right.
Way more.
I gotta pee. We're done.
I always have to pee at 11:30, so
I
it's
know,
right on
right?
cue.
It's been 90 minutes. It's time to pee again.
Right.
You know you're old when you have to end your show because you gotta take a leak.
But it's from water.
Oh, we're done. Thanks, everybody. Thanks to Jose Bouquet. Appreciate the contributors and the viewers and the participators. I'll see y'all in here tomorrow.
Are we going tomorrow? Oh, yeah, tomorrow's Friday. Damn, this week flew by.
Yeah, it's Friday already. TV show will be here before you know it. Ain't got no sponsorship money. God damn, man.